Abandoned Village. Part 1. Prologue. In a small town on the edge of the forest lived an elderly man named Alexey. He was a widower, and his life flowed measuredly and calmly, although sometimes loneliness weighed on his heart. One day, sorting through his late wife's old things, he came across a yellowed map with a mark on it, an abandoned village that his wife often talked about. She said that this place was magical and filled with ancient history. Intrigued, Alexey decided that it was time to visit this village before all his memories of Betta, his beloved, were gone. Part 2. Journey. The next day, he packed his old bag, put some food in it, a thermos with tea, and rode his bike towards the place indicated on the map. The road was not short, and he had to drive through a forest full of the sounds of nature: birds singing, rustling leaves, the babbling of a brook. These sounds reminded him of the happy days spent with Betta on walks in the forest. As Alexey approached the village, he noticed that the roads were getting worse and worse, and eventually he came across abandoned houses overgrown with bushes and trees. But in these crumbling walls, he felt Betta's presence. He remembered how she told him about her childhood spent in this village, about happiness and carelessness. Part 3. Exploration. Alexey began to explore the village. He peered into empty windows, inhaled the smell of old wood and mold. Every step reminded him of the life that once flourished here. In one of the houses, he found a tattered photo album. On the pages were smiling faces of children, his wife among them, beaming with happiness. Alexey sat down on the floor and began to leaf through the album, lost in memories. He spent hours immersed in the history that once connected him to this place. Time flew by, and soon it began to get dark outside. Part 4. Night in the village. Since he had miscalculated the time, Alexey found himself in a difficult situation. He did not know how to get back to the city. In the dark, deciding that he needed to stay the night, he settled in one of the houses. He found an old blanket and, settling down on the floor, closed his eyes. Betta appeared to him in a dream. She was as young and beautiful as the day they met. They walked through the meadows, picking flowers, laughing and sharing dreams. Alexey felt his heart fill with warmth. He woke up early in the morning, full of strength and inspiration. Part 5. The morning of realization. The past night had changed something in him. He realized that he shouldn't mourn the past. Instead, he should preserve the memories and pass them on to future generations. He decided to restore this abandoned village, to make it a place where people would come again to experience the same joy that his wife had in her childhood. Alexey began collecting information about the village, attracting volunteers and like-minded people from neighboring settlements. He dreamed of how children's voices would sound here again, how people would gather for holidays and recreate old traditions. Part 6. New Start. After several months of hard work, the village began to improve. The walls of the houses were restored. A small park with a playground appeared in the center. Alexey organized a holiday to celebrate this event. Local residents who heard about what was happening in the abandoned village came and were happy to participate. The holiday was filled with music, children's laughter, the smell of freshly cooked food. Alexey felt that Betta was next to him, and this gave him strength. He had a new goal, not just to restore the village, but to continue the work of love and life that they had built together. Epilogue. The village became a prosperous place.